The damper module is found on the edit page in this second section here at this tab. Now we turn it on or off with this button, and it's used to rapidly attenuate the vibration of a string. So it emulates kind of like the felts on a piano, the way they muffle the string, or the performer's fingers on a guitar. So we have two controls that are mainly the ones that influence the way this works, the mass and stiffness, and they affect how the damper or the fingers interacts with the string, and they can both be modulated by key tracking. Let me start by setting the key tracking neutral, and I'll play this example and just modulate these parameters by hand, and you'll hear the effect they have over the damping. So we can modulate these via the range of the notes. I'm going to start by putting this fairly neutral, and I'm going to set this to about 77% by double clicking, and I'm going to type in 77, so around 3 o'clock. And this one, for the key tracking, I'm going to set the range to a negative value. And in this type of setup, the lower notes are going to be dampened more and the higher notes will ring out. And now if I change this to a positive value, let's say I'll put in 5 here, so about 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock, it'll have the opposite effect where the lower notes ring out and the higher notes are dampened. And we have velocity, and that affects the velocity at which the damper is applied and released from the string. And that can also be modulated via key tracking. Now let me go to another example here, and I'll play this one as is, again with everything fairly neutral here. Let me just set them to about 12 o'clock, and I'll lower this value a bit so we can hear it kind of unaffected. All right, so they all ring out fairly evenly. I'm going to put this up a bit. And I want to show you this damping knob. I'm going to dial it all the way down. And basically this adjusts the ability of the damper to absorb energy from the string. And as we turn it up, it increases the damping that's exerted on the string by the damper. So it interacts with the mass, and the stiffness affects the color of the damping. Here's the same example slowed down, played with an acoustic piano sound. Now this works in two modes, gated on or gated off, and when this is on, the dampers follow the key presses like the dampers on an acoustic piano. So as I dial this up, listen to the note offs, and you'll hear, as the dampening ends, you'll hear the quality of this when the gated mode is on the note offs. And the stiffness of the string affects the quality of that damping effect. Now with gated mode off, the dampers are always on the string so they can bounce with the string's vibration. So you'll hear a bouncing kind of effect as I dial this up. So the stiffer this is set, the more the bouncing is heard. So that's the damper module.